Hello everybody, I'm Brainy Diode, and I am back with another episode of A Hat in Time. I was just destroying those barrels in the corner because they were bothering me, and hey! This must be the, Alright, let's go ahead and get a gift. We don't have enough tokens. We need 3, we must only have 2. How many do we have? Where can we see how many we have? How do we know how many Rift tokens we have? Oh no! Anyway, I was just destroying those because they were bothering me, and I accidentally found the prize machine in the process. Last time, we finally took down the Mafia in Mafia Town, and already managed to get ourselves betrayed in the 3rd episode. This time, we are going to be headed back into Mafia Town and take care of a last... We are going to be headed back into Mafia Town to take care of a couple pieces of last-minute business. Why can I not speak? I have just lost the ability to speak. So we do have 2 new acts we can go to. You'll notice that was Act 4. But we don't have Act 5 yet. We just have Act 6 and 7. Sure thing, game. That's a little bit of something the game does a bit weird sometimes. Where the acts are just out of order. It's just kind of bizarre, and I'm not really sure I'm too fond of it. I would like to just... for the most part, just take care of the acts, you know, in numerical order, but overall it's not that big of a problem. And besides, that's actually nowhere near the biggest example of that problem.
Mess. This is terrible. Someone turn on all faucets in Mafia Town. Same faucets that control the town volcano. Was it you, child? No? Mafia think he saw a little girl turn on all faucets. Little hat kid, can you save Mafia Town by turning off all faucets? If you close all, maybe water start flowing again.
Alright, so it looks like Mustache Girl is in fact causing problems for us again. So these Mafia members are actually pointing in the direction of the faucets that we need to take care of. So if you see any pointing Mafia members in this chapter, that's what they're doing. They're actually being nice and helpful. For some reason they're helping us even though we took out their boss, but like we determined last time, maybe their boss wasn't quite as beloved as he thought he was, and maybe we thought he was initially. Okay, I have already gotten hurt. I have already gotten hurt twice. I am dying. I was trying to hit that balloon to get launched up a bit further, but that did not go the way I wanted it to. Oh, I remember what I was in the middle of saying now. There is an example coming up really soon of a time that the chapters being out of order thing will be even worse than it is now. There's actually a time where you have to go to an entirely separate chapter that is supposed to come later than the chapter you're in to be able to finish the chapter you're in. Which, I mean, I can look past most of the examples of the chapters, or I'm sorry, the acts being out of order. I'm going to mix up acts and chapters all the time. This seems to be Mustache Girl's hideout. Interesting. I was trying to go to the brewing hat. There we go. So that, I think, is the worst example of in the game of the act order being mixed up. Like I just said, I am going to mix up the words chapter and act so many times in this series. We do not have the hat yet that we need to use that panel, so we are going to have to go across these timed panels, and hopefully not drop into the lava repeatedly. And here is our first faucet. Also one of the easiest ones to spin. And a not very well hidden rift token. So we should have enough rift tokens to get a prize from the ship now. Right, so now that we've taken care of that faucet, let's stay down here at the bottom for now and head on over to the other faucet down lower. In addition to the Mafia pointing over towards where the faucets are, you also get... I'll just stick with the brewing hat overall for now. I usually like to switch back to the top hat because personally it's my favorite, but for now it looks like it really wants us to rely on the brewing hat, so we're going to keep that out for the time being. Here is where we had our barrel battle, and it looks like we can get another chance at this big ball of pawns. I said we can get another chance at this big ball of pawns. I better not fail this time. That'll be super embarrassing if I fail twice. Oh, come on! I think those were the same two I missed last time, too. Oh, jeez. I'll get that eventually. I'd say now, but who knows? I might get that eventually. I might not. I don't actually know at this point. That one, despite being so early in the game, is actually a fair bit harder than it looks, as you might be able to guess from me failing it repeatedly. Alright. Actually, are we going... Okay, no, we can. For a second there, I was worried that we might have needed another item to be able to finish this level, but no, we can actually go down here to get to the other faucet. I was thinking we would have to go up to the top of this little tower, which we do not have the capability to do yet, but we can just go over across this little flag thing. Sounds like something's getting hammered in an apartment near mine at the moment, so I apologize if you can hear that. That's been going on a lot lately, and it's frankly quite frustrating, but at least it's not as bad as it was in the fall, where that was going on, except even louder and at 8 in the morning. That was not fun to deal with. But it's over now. We just get it at, 3 in the afternoon, which is when I'm recording this. Looks like there is an item we can get, but I don't want to go for that right now. Better to,
Go away! Mafia watching shows. High interest in plotline.
Plot-based shows are fun. If, I mean, the plot is good. Wow, what on earth are they doing? I am very sorry about the sound of maintenance, guys. I have no idea when it's going to happen. Oh, it's a time rift. I guess we're showing off what time rifts are now. That was not intentional, but now's as good a time as any, I suppose. So, this is a time rift. It's a little more platforming-based level that you can sometimes find hidden around in the main levels. Supposedly, these are what happens when timepieces break. And if you... Also, you'll see these lamps act as checkpoints. If you have played Super Mario Sunshine, which I have to admit I have not actually played, I believe there is a level or two in Super Mario Sunshine that this area, or that the time rifts are actually based on. The place where I know that level from is it actually came back in the post-game of Super Mario Galaxy 2, which I have played. Fun fact, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is actually the very first game that I ever 100%ed. Just an interesting bit of trivia there. We also get, we can choose a prize from the, that's not what I meant to press, but okay. We can dye the color of our clothes. Let's equip that and see what happens. We can get a nice little prize from beating the time rifts as well. Something a little on the unfortunate side about the time rifts, though, is that when you finish them, they do boot you back out into the hub world. So we have another new color scheme going on. Kind of interesting. Honestly, I think I like the default color scheme a bit better than this, so let's switch back to that. Also, we have Cooking Cat now.
You have here. Sorry for the break and entering. I just really wanted to see what an alien spaceship is like.
No, that's fair.
You know, I expected aliens to be more green and probably with a thirst for flesh. But I guess you aliens come in all shapes and sizes, huh? Hey, if you're looking to explore our planet, you need to understand it first. Otherwise, you won't know if you're stepping on grass or quicksand. Don't know how to identify relics? Fear not. Cooking Cat is here. I'll let you have this burger cushion relic for free.
Ooh. Free relic.
You can identify this relic at the podium. If you place them on the podium in the correct order, you might be able to make sense of it. If you're able to identify a relic, something great might happen. You never know. So keep an eye out for relics. I've taught you everything I know about relics.
Alright, so we do have one of those podiums installed over here now. Do we have the right relics for this? Does this go? Yes, we do have the burger finished. Okay. It's a match. You've identified a relic from this strange planet. It's a hamburger. I guess that's a cheeseburger. Never mind. So, what that did is we now have a time rift we can access directly from the, Also, we get another prize from this roulette. Let's go ahead and re-roll. Another new color. Don't really want a new color. I guess we're getting a new remix. A new remix has been unlocked for Mafia Town. Alright, so what I believe that relic has done is it has unlocked a new time rift that we will be able to head to directly from the menu. Is that correct? No, it's just a relic or a time rift that we can find in the main level. So I think don't really want to do all of these this time around. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish this level. And then I will save the other new level we unlocked, as well as the new time rift we unlocked for next time. So that this episode doesn't get too long. I know with Nier Automata, I said that I was going to try to limit most episodes to being 30 minutes or less, and I did not do a very good job at that. So I'm going to I'm going to try to do a bit of a better job with this game. I think it's going to be easier with this game, considering it's a bit lighter fare, and it's broken up into, a bit more cleanly into these separate levels, so I think it's going to be a bit easier to restrict myself to 30 minutes or less per episode. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Why Mafia never finish anything? And now that I've finished with that awkward silence, I don't remember if I've already investigated that area before, but regardless, it is pretty fun to look at. The Mafia Town is just, it's pretty silly. It's up there among my favorite chapters. Honestly, I'd say that Mafia Town is probably my second favorite chapter in the game. Don't get me wrong, there are other chapters that are a ton of fun as well. But, you know, Mafia Town just has a lot of charm to it. And while a lot of other areas in the game rely on, like, one or two characters to really carry the personality of the level, Mafia Town, you just have the Mafia everywhere. Let's go through here real quick to see if we can actually get to that time rift from this section. No, it doesn't look like we can, so we're going to have to go to a different place in the level select to be able to get to that time rift. And it looks like that wasn't actually the cannon, with the other cannon to return on the other side, which is mildly upsetting. But, you know, it's not that big of a problem. We can run around the island without too much of an... I am stuck. I am unstuck. Okay, there we go. That was mildly scary. Remember, this is an indie game, so don't be too surprised if you see a bug or something everywhere. Overall, this is actually quite solid. Any bugs you find will be few and far between, or at least that's been my experience with it. It looks like we don't actually have to get that other hat to be able to reach that yarn. So let's give it another couple shots to try to get this yarn. There we go. All right. So yeah, to get that specific yarn, it turns out we didn't actually need the other hat that I thought we did need. Oh, and I can take another chance at this. Come on, let's actually do it this time, please. All right, I'm on track. I'm making better time than I have been. Come on. Finally! Oh, thank goodness. Man, if I had missed that a third time in a row, that would have been really embarrassing. Ow. Can I hit this balloon? Balloons are hard to aim at. There we go. Okay. And we can get our health back right here. Nice and convenient. Problem with these faucets is that it's really dangerous to get up to where you actually need to turn them, and it makes it really easy to fall off. And I luckily have not actually fallen off yet, and I would like to keep it that way, but I will not promise that I can keep it that way. So we have two more. Wall now belong to Mafia. I cannot imitate the Mafia. Please don't let me ever try to imitate the Mafia again. We are going to go actually take care of the last two faucets this time and not accidentally go into a time rift. I always forget that one is there. I don't know why, but for some reason I just always forget that time rift is there. I have accidentally entered it more times than I care to admit. Ow. This is not going quite as well as I would like. Oh well. Health. More health. Also, I can defeat you. Head up here. So a nice way that they kind of keep the game interesting, as I'm sure you can see, is by, you know, recontextualizing a level that we've already done. So, it is the same level, but as you can tell, it is also, at the same time, a different level. So, it's nice to see, you know, a creative touch on this level. And I've just said level several times. You're pointing to a faucet, but is it one we've already taken care of? It is not. Okay, there were more. I did not realize I was standing on the fence there. There are more faucets left than I thought. Seafood is best. Well, it's Cooking Cat who does all the cooking for you, so I guess with the stereotype of cats liking fish, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised that the Mafia loves seafood if all of their food comes from Cooking Cat. But at the same time, dang it, game. You're just gonna promote stereotypes like that? Thankfully, I don't think that stereotype is nearly as harmful as some of the other ones out there, but, promoting stereotypes is bad. I'm playing a game with a small child that has bright colors, which obviously means I need to promote moral lessons at the end of these episodes. Hey, YouTube and also FTC, please don't flag these videos as for kids. There's some mildly mature content in them. Like, you know, that one time that, Mustache Girl threatened to beat the Mafia to death and stuff them in jars and sell their corpses. That's not for kids. Kids, it's moral lesson time again. Don't murder people and stuff their corpses in jars and sell the jars, please. That's what we in the adult world like to call illegal. Kaboom! And here we are. It's Goofy Mafia!
Small child saved Mafia Town!
Apparently this guy's canon name is Goofy Mafia.
Now Mafia no longer need to eat lava for breakfast. Amazing!
Have you been doing
take
that?
This as trophy. You are truly the hero of Mafia Town!
How are you still alive? Also, I love how, like minutes ago, we defeated their boss, and now we're the hero of Mafia Town. Can we actually go into the... Looks like there's no way to go into the hideout in this level. That's okay. Ooh, I haven't gone on top of the hideout. Is there anything up here? Ah. Maybe if I can figure out how to get on top. Ooh. What? Oh, I know what that is. It's something for one of the DLC chapters, and we haven't unlocked it yet. Okay. I'll have to keep that in mind. I did not know that was there. That chest has not respawned, so we can't get another rift token from coming back here this time, which is too bad. But whoops! You know, I was kind of curious about that, actually. You fall down from there, do you go back into Mafia Town? Turns out you do. Didn't really intend to find that out this time, but we sure did. So let's head back up and actually finish the level now. And I will switch back to the kid's hat for this. Ooh, a rare sticker has appeared in Down with the Mafia. Go find it. I probably won't, to be honest. Sorry. Unless people want me to. I mean, I guess I can go take a look for it if people really want it, but I don't really see too much of a need to. Considering that specific chapter, it's probably somewhere in the hideout, because I believe that's the only chapter you can access the hideout in. I didn't know they spawned in this early. Interesting. Well, with that out of the way, next time on A Hat in Time, we are going to do the final two levels. Oh, wait, we have Cooking Cat here. Let's talk to her first.
Hey! Hope you don't mind me using your kitchen. I figured I'd treat you to some nice Earth food, since you're an alien and all. Say, are you a steak kind of person, or a veggie kind of person?
Gotta be honest, I'm a steak kind of person.
So, well, I hope you're not looking to cook up some Earthlings anytime soon.
Was not
Anyway,
planning on it.
I hope my dish is ready before you leave. I want to see how great a dish I can cook using an alien stove.
So apparently, this planet that we are currently orbiting is Earth. Sorry, that doesn't really look very much like Earth to me. It's fun, you can actually see some of the future levels flying around. We've got a desert down there. We've got a mountain. It's a creepy looking place. I cannot tell what that thing in the sky is with the blue line heading towards it. I don't recognize what that would be. But that's not important. Let's see if we have... Looks like we can finish another relic. Excellent. It's a match. You've identified a relic from this strange planet. Alright, so there's a time rift in Chapter 2 now. It is worth noting that not all relics are just 2 pieces. There will be some with more pieces later on, but for now, they're just introducing us to the concept, so it makes sense to have a slightly smaller relics. Anyway, as I was saying, I guess this planet actually is Earth, which kind of begs the question, what on earth happened to Earth? And also, where is Hat Kid from? Those aren't questions we get this time around, or we get answers to this time around. Not in this game at all, as it happens. So we're gonna ignore them for now. Next time on A Hat in Time, we will head back in to Mafia Town for the final time this time around, and get our last 2 timepieces that we have left in there. I will see you then.